Well, do I have something special for you? Yes, this is Granddad, and yes, this is Frog and Toad. And guess what? We're going to go on an adventure, and this is Frog and Toad Shivers adventure. You know what shivers are when you get really cold and you start to shake? Those are shivers. The night was cold and dark. Listen to the wind howling in the trees, said Frog. What a fine time for a ghost story. Toad moved deeper into his chair. Toad, asked Frog, don't you like to be scared? Don't you like to feel the shivers? I'm not too sure, said Toad. Frog made a fresh pot of tea. He sat down and he began a story. When I was small, said Frog, my mother and father and I went out for a picnic. On the way home, we lost our way. My mother was worried. We must get home, she said. We don't want to meet the old dark frog. Who is that? I asked. A terrible ghost, said my father. He comes out at night and eats little frog children for supper. Toad sipped his tea. Frog, he asked, are you making this up? Maybe yes, and maybe no, said Frog. Wow, so we don't know if he's making it up or not. My mother and father went to search for a path, said Frog. They told me to wait until they came back. I sat under a tree, and I waited. The woods became dark. I was afraid. Then I saw two huge eyes. It was the old dark frog. Oh, I think that's the old dark frog. He was standing near me. There's Frog and there's the old dark frog. Frog, asked Toad, did this really happen? Maybe it did, and maybe it didn't, said Frog. Frog went on with his story. The dark frog pulled a jump rope out of his pocket. I'm not hungry now, said the dark frog. I've eaten too many tasty frog children. But after I jump rope 100 times, I will be hungry again. Then I will eat you. Uh-oh. That's pretty scary. The dark frog tied one end of the rope to a tree. Turn for me, he shouted. I turned the rope for the dark frog. He jumped 20 times. I'm beginning to get hungry, said the dark frog. He jumped 50 times. I'm getting hungrier, said the dark frog. He jumped 90 times. I'm very hungry now, said the dark frog. Uh-oh, he looks hungry there, doesn't he? What happened then? Asked Toad. I had to save my life, said Frog. I ran around and around the tree with rope. I tied up the old dark frog. See? He roared and screamed. I ran away fast. I found my mother and father, said Frog. We came safely home. Frog, asked Toad, was that a true story? Maybe it was, and maybe it wasn't, said Frog. Frog and Toad sat close by the fire. There they are, right there. They were scared. The teacups shook in their hands. They were having the shivers. It was a good, warm feeling. Well, that was kind of a neat, little scary story. We don't know if it was true or if it was not true. But still, it was interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. Love you very much. You have a nice day, and get ready for another one. I'll read you another one too. Love you very much. Bye-bye.